Thank you for playing a Slay for Me. Today's movie is Single All the Way. Grab your snack and your trivia hat and let's begin. How long were Peter and his boyfriend together? Three months and 22 days. What does Nick do for work? TaskRabbit. What two names did Peter use for his plants? Linda and Judith. What does Nick's dad have him saved as in his phone? Probably wants money. How did Nick find out that Peter's boyfriend Tim was cheating on him? Nick was hanging Christmas lights on the roof as a TaskRabbit. When the woman he was assisting mentioned that her husband was arriving, Nick looked down and saw that it was Tim. Why does Peter want Nick to pretend to be his boyfriend? So he doesn't look unstable or undateable in front of his family. What was the name of the children's book Nick wrote? Saving Emmett. What network does Peter's dad mistake for LGBTQ+? HGTV. Where did Emmett spend the holiday season? In California at a doggy hotel. Who did Sandy say had the greatest version of Joy to the World? Whitney Houston. Why did Sandy want to include Joy to the World in her play? It had the King, the Savior, the Glory, and the Born. What did Peter and James buy during their blind date? A Christmas tree. Who was first to ask Peter if he and Nick had ever crossed the line? James. What does Peter realize after his second date with James? He wants to move back home. Who was the only person rooting for Peter and James? Peter's mom, Christmas Carol. How many Christmas stockings were hanging from the mantle? 9. Why did Peter's boss decide to have him create a new campaign? He didn't want to use influencers anymore. He wanted real people. What was the sequel to Saving Emmett about? Emmett stayed at the doggy hotel. What was the name of the family pub? Lisa's Crisis Cafe. What decor lined the edges of the city streets? Christmas trees with gift box bases. What song by Britney Spears is featured in the movie alongside an impromptu dance routine? My Only Wish This Year. While narrating Jesus H. Christ, who was Aunt Sandy dressed as? Glinda the Good Witch. After Nick confessed his true feelings for Peter, how did he respond? Peter said he didn't want to lose Nick as a friend. In his original song and letter to Mrs. Claus, what does Kevin suggest she stop doing? Playing small, giving up credit. After being rejected, where does Nick try to book the rest of his stay in New Hampshire? Holiday Inn Express, Boston Logan Airport, Revere. What stops Nick from getting on the plane? A TaskRabbit. How does the sequel to Saving Emmett end? And Peter and Nick and Emmett move to New Hampshire. Who helps Kevin finish out his last song? Aunt Sandy. How well did you score? Leave your score in the comments. Thank you for playing along to Single All the Way. Please be sure to follow us at A Slay For Me on all of our social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again for playing. Bye!